bias of your contacts and clients. So have you ever really looked at your client base objectively, and have you ever really trying to look at see if there was any trends? Are your contacts or clients the same type of clients? And that might be deliberate. Absolutely, that might be deliberate. But are your contacts looking and feeling the same? Are they the same demographic, the same age, the same gender, for instance? So in some cases, when you're dealing with very specialised industries, you will often get the same type of contact and client. However, I would suggest that this is an exercise that you could absolutely do with yourself and your wider sales team. And the reason why I say this is many years ago when I was in the UK, I had a competitor who we got on very well, and we went out to drink for a drink, and he said to me out of the blue, "Well, you don't do so well with that demographic, do you?" And I looked at him and I went, "What on earth are you talking about?" And we were going out to the same clients with essentially the same and similar services. I mean, I don't want to sugarcoat it. We were doing the same thing. The only thing that was different is the fact that they were dealing with him or they were dealing with me. Our pricing was even the same. And I remember him saying to me, "Well, that demographic, yeah, you don't deal well with them, do you? You don't, they don't really get you and you don't really get them." I remember thinking, how dare you? How dare you suggest that I'm not good at my job for everyone? And I thought about it for so long, and I looped back with him and I said, "You need to talk to me about that more." And basically what he'd said is that he had noticed over the years that he had known me that there was a specific type of demographic that loved him, working with him, but really, really didn't like working with me. And I sat there and I really struggled with it for some time. And before I left the UK, I made a lot of effort with that demographic of client. So a lot of my clients looked and felt the same. However, there was micro diversity within the group of individuals that I was working with, and a particular type of characteristic didn't mesh well with my characteristics. So essentially what I did is I did a campaign and an exercise over about 6 months to really get to know that demographic of client, really get to know what was it about them or me that wasn't working. And of course, I know we don't have unlimited amount of time, and you do get to a point in your career where you kind of go, well, I'm going to work with those clients because they get me and I get them. I do get that, and I do certainly feel that way at times. But what was really amazing about this demographic that my competitor had told me I didn't work very well with, is that for me it was about curiosity and learning. It was like, what is it about them? What is it about me? So I went through this campaign before I left the UK, and it was amazing. So what I will say, out of the 6 individuals that I identified, I only could really build a relationship with one. The other 5, it just wasn't going to work, and 6 months wasn't long enough. Frankly. But the one person that I did end up dealing with, I actually signed a massive, massive mandate with. And the reality was, it wasn't that he liked my competitor more than me or anything like that. It was how I'd approached the first meeting or the second meeting, I can't even remember now. But it was also because I didn't follow him up. And then I dug deeper into it and I worked out that they didn't feel the chemistry in these meetings. I didn't feel the chemistry, so I didn't follow them up. So instead of persevering and just following the process, as I always would, I let that my own biases of the fact that I didn't feel the chemistry, but also the fact that it didn't make me feel good. I'm not going to go to a meeting and constantly follow someone up who's making me feel a little bit yucky. And I was quite early on in my sales career then, so I wasn't going to go after people that wasn't going to be nice to me. What was so interesting about that is that I was siphoning off and ignoring, I don't know how much of the market they were. I mean, probably 10% at that time. And so 10% of the market I cut off myself. And so the exercise and someone calling me out and saying, you don't do so well with that, was just incredible. A good learning for me.